think this is a pretty complicated, multifaceted subject that has multiple ways of approaching and understanding it. Now, I'm not, a huge fan of penal substitution atonement,
Mhm.
but there's very clearly a lot about substitutionary atonement in the scriptures. I'm less sure about the penal part than I am about the
Mhm.
substitution part. There is a sense in which the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world is being sacrificed. There is a sense in which there are echoes there of the sacrifice that God provides in the sacrificing of Isaac, right? So there are themes, there are echoes about this from Exodus, the death of the firstborn and the slaughtering of the lamb and painting the lintel and doorposts. There is clearly plenty to speak to there being a substitutionary aspect of atonement. But it just doesn't stop there. In my tradition that I exist in now, my Anglican Anglo-Episcopalian tradition, we talk a lot in atonement about reconciliation. We
Mhm.
view it as a kind of reconciliation. I always like to add my part the adjective cosmic to it. It is a cosmic reconciliation. When I read the peaceable kingdom in Isaiah, I'm reading about cosmic reconciliation. When I'm reading about when I'm reading about the early church discussing the harrowing of hell, the gates of hell being torn off, I'm talking about cosmic reconciliation. When I'm reading about the crucifixion and Jesus speaking with the men on his sides, and he's saying, "Today you'll be with me in heaven." And boy, does that do, if you spend even a little bit of time reading physics and reading about time and how time and distance and the universe work, boy, that'll mess you up.
Right.
The you will be with me today in paradise. What are you talking about? Well, when time loses meaning, we have this cosmic reconciliation. And that is what atonement is. It is putting things back to the way that God intended them, that God created them good, proclaimed them good, and loves and cherishes them enough to die for them.
Yeah.
Atonement is putting things back together. And I think reconciliation is a great place to start with understanding what comes before everything is put back to the way it was. How do we ask for forgiveness? How
Right.
we practice reconciliation. Ooh, that's tougher. And that has a lot more to say about how we understand atonement, is in how we can extend grace and how we can forgive those who harm us and how we can forgive those who harm themselves in our presence and in our society and in our neighborhood and in our communities.
Mhm.
It's a much higher bar to clear.